Good evening. Welcome to another edition of Fireside Chats with Francev. I apologize for the delay. Past 2 days have been a little hectic around the Francev household. I thought I had our foster pig adopted, so I drove out to Fullerton to meet the new family, and then they decided that they were going to wait until they moved into their new house in a week. Awesome. Anyway, so my apologies, but we'll get back to updating Fireside Chats with Francev regularly. Today I'm going to focus on Catcher in the Rye. My juniors, hopefully y'all have finished it. I'd like to thank my not sponsor, because clearly I paid for this beverage, the Shamrock Shake at McDonald's. It is my one guilty McDonald's pleasure. And not gonna lie, I was tickled pink today when I drove by it. I'm like, holy crap, I can still get a Shamrock Shake. It's well past St. Patrick's Day. Must be the luck of the Irish. There is nothing as satisfying as knowing that Shamrock tastes the same as mint. The more you know. Do 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 do. That reference probably goes over all of your heads, except for my friends who actually seem to watch this on the YouTube or Facebook channels. And knowing is half the battle. Right, Juliet? That's what I thought. All right, I want to read this last chapter, and then I'm going to talk about my feelings. That's all I'm going to tell you about. I could probably tell you what I did after I went home, and how I got sick and all, and what school I'm supposed to go to after next fall, after I get out of here. But I don't feel like that. I really don't. That stuff doesn't interest me too much right now. A lot of people, especially this one psychoanalyst guy they have here, keeps asking me if I'm going to apply myself when I go back to school next September. Such a stupid question, in my opinion. I mean, how do you know what you're going to do till you do it? The answer is you don't. I think I am, but how do I know? I swear it's a stupid question. DB isn't as bad as the rest of them, but he keeps asking me a lot of questions too. He drove over last Saturday with this English babe that's in his new picture he's writing. She was pretty affected, but very good looking. Anyway, one time when she went to the ladies' room, way the hell down in the other wing, DB asked me what I thought about all this stuff I had just finished telling you about. I didn't know what the hell to say. If you want to know the truth, I don't know what I think about it. I'm sorry I told so many people about it. About all I know is I sort of miss everybody I told about. Even old Stradlater and Ackley, for instance. I think I even miss that goddamn Maurice. It's funny. Don't ever tell anybody anything. If you do, you start missing everybody. And thus ends Catcher in the Rye. So for my students, if you haven't figured it out in that last chapter or at some point in our class discussions, or if you just didn't look online at like Spark Notes, Holden is writing the story from a mental institution. So after Allie's death, has this nervous breakdown, goes back to school, has another breakdown. And the whole story, everything that we're reading here, is him recounting, whether it's to a psychiatrist or him just talking out loud. It's him talking about everything that happened leading up to the breakdown. So you're not looking at Holden in real time. Oh my God, he just got kicked out of school. He goes to see Spence. He goes to see, he calls up a hooker, calls up Jane. Like, it's none of that. It's all recounting from his mental institution after having a breakdown. We talked about in class how Holden tells the story about putting his fist through that pane window and, my hand was all cut up, but I was okay. Yeah, no. So it's that embellishment. All right, so the key thing, besides a Shamrock Shake, which I'm going to switch to coffee because I'm Francev and that's all I do is drink coffee, Thank you to Pancake Chef in Seattle. Once again, not a sponsor, but Pancake Chef, delicious pancakes. You're probably going, why is Francev wearing this stupid red hunting hat? It's cool. I want to talk about it anyway. Just leave me alone. So, the red hunting hat. This thing, which is kind of hot, next to the fireplace, because this is a fireside chat for some of my students who still don't grasp why I'm sitting next to a fireplace in a fireside chat. It's kind of warm. That's why I'm wearing shorts. Business up top, quarantine down below, baby. Anyway, so the hunting hat for Holden is his protection. Think about if you've ever had a buddy who wears a hoodie, and if they want to be left alone, if they don't want to talk to someone, they pull their hoodie on, they cinch down the straps. Like, that's their way of quite literally blocking themselves off from the rest of the world. For Holden, it's this hunting hat. Holden doesn't want to deal with anybody. Just gonna put on the hat. I'm gonna put on the hat. I'm gonna pull down those ear flaps. Because now remember, this is before AirPods were a thing. So if Holden's got his ear flaps down, chances are people aren't gonna talk to him. But it's his way of kind of building his own cocoon. So if you ever think about it, Holden's hunting cap serves as a way to protect himself. You know, he doesn't want to talk to anyone. And it almost acts as kind of like his security blanket, even though he's a 16-year-old kid. There's a lot more to dissect, especially chapters 23, 24. Holden deals with his old teacher who's a little intoxicated. Anyway, we'll get that in another episode. If you have any questions, shoot them as a comment to this video and I'll be more than happy to answer them. Who knows, maybe one of my dogs will come into the video and answer, because I'm pretty sure by the time this quarantine is over, they're all going to speak English. American English, not British English, although I could put a little hat and monocle on them and really make them British. And I'll answer your questions for you. Have a great night. I miss you guys. Hope everyone's enjoying the last day technically of spring break. Hope you're enjoying your spring break. Hope you're staying isolated, 6 feet away from everybody. Stay safe. And I look forward to coming back this year and seeing you guys all in C203. Yeah, have a great night. See you guys. Yeah, right, Juliet. And cut. I know, you gotta go turn the camera off.